What he did the other day, the South African leader comes to the White House. When he comes in, he first shakes his hand. We're like, hey, everything's going to be all right, all this other stuff. So it looks friendly. And then he sits in front of him, and he says, yo, so tell me, what is all the stuff that you guys are doing, Rob? I don't know if you have the handshake or not. If you do, you don't have it. Is this the one that he turns over to the video?
Yes.
Okay, well, at first he comes in. It's a very friendly handshake. Now, this is South Africa, which when you know the stories with South Africa, they have been going through a mess. The ANC's been running South Africa since 1994, right after Nelson Mandela. And for the first 10 years or so, it was good. Then all of a sudden, the extremists took over South Africa. They started, losing their mind, and a level of racism towards whites went to a whole different level in the country. A lot of chaos, a lot of weird things. You hear people, there's a leader of the EFF, I think, that got up. We will get his name. He got up and he gave a message saying, we have to take out the whites and all this stuff. So he's sitting there. Look at all the cameras. Hexet is right there. Lutnick is right there. Look at Musk, who is from South Africa, standing to the right, okay? And then you see J.D. Vance, VP J.D. Vance. Everybody is waiting for this meeting with South Africa. Here's how it goes, Rob. Is this when he turns over to the TV?
Yep.
Please go and play this clip.
Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's
By the
right
way,
behind
Rob,
you.
if you do this, the reason why you have to see 30 seconds prior to this is because 30 seconds prior to this, he was asking him, what happened? Why is there a genocide going on in your country? Why is there such a thing going on? And the president of South Africa tries to explain himself and say, that's not true. You can't believe this. And in South Africa, this. And what we learned from Nelson Mandela is this. And then he flips to it. Is that the one, Rob? Because for this to make sense, you have to see the 30 seconds prior to that. South Africa, Trump. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Rob, or no? We have to show this.
Right now.
I don't want to show it without that, because you have to see that whole exchange for the world to realize, oh, I just found it. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to send this over to you, Rob. And do me a favor first, show, fast forward to it. Hang on. I'm going to send it over to you in text. The audience, folks, you have to see this, okay? So he tries to explain himself. He wasn't automatically wanting to go to the video. He had that as a backup in case he was going to be reasonable. So when the president of South Africa comes up and tries to spin and say that there's nothing going on in South Africa, it's peaceful, there's no issues, no whites are not facing any racism, everybody is safe, nothing's going on, the president flipped. You can play this clip here, Rob, and go to the part where the president starts speaking, South African president starts speaking. Okay, go for it. Go for it. Press play.
It will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here. When we have talks between us on around a quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them. I'm not going to be repeating what I've been saying.
Oh, really?
I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture.
Look at him, look at him.
He would not be with
This is
me.
what you needed to see.
So it'll take him,
He's had enough already.
President
That's
Trump,
right. Look at the way he's speaking to him. It takes President Trump listening.
That is the answer to your
Watch
question.
this.
But, Mr. President, I must say that we have, wait.
No,
Watch.
wait.
We have thousands of stories talking about it.
Sure.
And we have documentaries, we have news stories, and that. Is Natalie here, somebody here to turn that? I could show you a couple of things, and it has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure,
We
we
have,
will.
let me see the articles, please, if you would, and turn the lights down.
That's what you needed to see.
Turn the lights
Without
down.
the first minute,
and just
this
put
look at his
doesn't
face.
make
right
sense.
behind you.
Watch this.
Johan.
That's a nervous smile there.
This parliament
It's like,
can
oh,
do.
crap.
With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care.
This
We
guy
can do
speaking
whatever
is
we want to
Julius
do.
Malema.
Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not?
He's the
We are
leader
going
of
to
Africa's
occupy land.
EFF political party, which is about 10% support.
That's who we are. So whatever you want to do, we can withdraw my membership from this useless parliament. Yes, honorable member. Must never be scared to kill.
Fast forward, Rob, because they're not showing the clips. Shall I go to the reaction of both of them when that is over with? I'll show one of the clips so they know who it is. He doesn't even stop.
Play, huh?
He lets the whole thing play. There's another clip that shows the angle of what they're talking
Very
about.
bad. These are burial sites right here. Burial sites. Over 1,000 of white farmers, and those cars are lined up.
Wow.
To pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross, and there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't driving, they're stopped there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it.
Okay, Rob, do me a favor. Play the clip I just sent you.
Did you see him shifting in his chair?
But you have to see this because the guy, the first clip that he played is this guy, Julius Malema. Okay, watch what he's saying here, and look how many people are in the crowd.
Sweetheart of a guy.
Watch. 10% of the voters support him, give or take.
To kill. Hamas. Kill the poor. The farmer. Kill the poor. The farmer.
Kill them is what he's saying.
Brr, pa. Pa. Brr, pa. Pa.
Did you hear that? Watch what he says. Kill the farmer, kill the poor. Brr, pa, brr, pa.
Shoot to kill.
So now, the president of South Africa in that position is saying, that's not my party. That's not me. I don't stand for that.
Did you condemn it, though?
Exactly the point. You nailed it. Rob, can you show the clip where Julius Malema is being interviewed about killing white people and what he says? Do you know which one I'm talking about? The 32nd one he says, you can't say something like that. He says, well, I'm not telling you, I'm not condemning it, but not yet. Not yet. Maybe
like
one
a
day.
big crybabies.
But not yet. Not
That
yet.
one?
Not yet. If you have it, he's sitting to the right. Not that one. There's another one. I can send it to you, but this is all I typed up, Rob. I typed up Julius Malema, not yet. If you type in Julius Malema, not yet, it'll show up. Just type in Julius Malema, not yet. It'll show up. If you don't have it, I'll text it to you here.
I believe, is this the one?
This is exactly the one. 41 seconds. Go for it. Watch this, folks.
Employment is in the land. Let's get our land and let's work our land. I'm hated for that. What? Where? I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, we've not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the
Not
future.
yet.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd understand somebody
Gee, what he
watching that,
just said.
especially
Yeah,
as
go
it
back,
gets shared
Rob.
on Twitter. They
Go
freak
back
out.
10
It sounds
seconds
like
if you could.
genocidal
Go back a little bit more, Rob. Keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. Go back 5 more seconds. Watch this.
I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
to you, we've not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd understand somebody watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter. They freak out. It sounds like a genocidal call.
Crybabies.
Crybabies.
I'm not calling for the slaughter of white people, at least for now.
Can you give a guarantee of the future? Especially when things are going the way they are. Employment.
Okay.
And
So you see that taking place. Tom, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, he was saying, most people in America maybe don't know, he's not saying poor, P-O-O-R, he's saying boer, B-O-E-R. And those are the white Dutch settlers that are farmers in South Africa. So when he says kill the farmer, it's what the common people refer to them, the whites as. And when he says kill the Boers, he's referring to their ancestors who were Dutch settlers. This guy is calling for an ethnic cleansing. That's what he's talking about. And so he's saying all the Dutch that came here over those years, goodbye. And he's making the machine gun sound and pow. That's what he's making. This, I am very proud that Trump called it out with a, what the hell are you doing? Because it's time that we use our strength and influence around the world, not to ignore things. And there's so many things to do, so many things. There's Darfur and there's all these things. But I love the fact that Trump called it out, and Americans need to understand what's going on here. When he says kill the Boer, That's all the white Dutch people that settled and killed a farmer. Those are the white people that are running farms. That's what he's talking about. This guy is no good.
Yeah, he's not good. Adam, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I do have major thoughts on this. Number one, from a macro perspective, if I'm a world leader, I would think twice before showing up to the Oval Office. This is the same room that Zelensky got dressed down and basically had to go back with hat in hand and his tail between his legs back to Ukraine. Unless it's the same room that the president of South Africa, Ramaphosa, just basically got exposed as being, at the very least, a liar, and at the very most, calling for white genocide. But not yet.
The terrorist.
In a couple days, a couple hours,
maybe Thursday,
couple months, depending on how I feel. So be very cautious when you go into that room. By the way, where do you think he got the, hey, roll the tape? I think that's a shout out to Rob right there, just a PBD thing right there. Number two, got to give a major shout out. Talk about timing. Robert Herzog, that just was on the podcast that just came out, I believe, yesterday.
Yep.
South African billionaire, stud of a guy, came in and had this exact same conversation the day before this took place. And if you're paying attention to what's going on in the world, not many people are familiar with what's going on in South Africa. And in fact, you actually led the conversation off with, we kind of know what's going on with China. We know what's going on with Russia, Ukraine. We hear what's going on in Israel, Gaza, Mexico. Not a lot of people know what's going on in South Africa. Why don't you enlighten us? And he goes, listen, there is a genocide. Now, genocide gets thrown around way too frequently these days. So what I'll tell you is this, what I learned, there is definitely an economic genocide going on in South Africa. Because it's basically, as he described it, if there's a living manifestation of what DEI looks like as a country, it's South Africa. Oof. Okay, so they have something called the Black Economic Empowerment. They're basically just simply saying, listen, if you own a business, if you're white and you own a business, you have to give, and especially I think as it's funded by the government, you have to give 30% of your business to the Black Economic Empowerment Movement. This is Marxism, this is socialism, this is reverse DEI. One thing that I learned is reverse racism is racism. That's just kind of how that works. So I also have a good friend on the inside in South Africa that's been on the PBD podcast before, Rand Nooner. Shout out to him. He goes, oh, everything that he's talking about is accurate. It is true. Did Trump ambush him? Yes. Just like these guys are ambushing white farmers and the Boers. So I'm so glad that Trump just exposed this dude. And to put the finale on this, what's the one country in the world that brought the case against Benjamin Netanyahu to the International Criminal Court? What's the country? Well, it's South Africa. Who's funding South Africa, apparently? Well, apparently, it's the Islamic regime in Iran. So it's very, very ironic, don't you think, of what's going on here? Follow the money.
Let me show this, if I may, and then Vinny, I'll come to you. So remember the word ambush. Two things. First, watch this clip with Elon Musk. Look how Elon Musk is looking at this man. And Elon, look at the look. Look at the look on how he's looking at him. Look at this. While the entire conversation is taking place, he's looking straight at him because the president of South Africa, said, Elon and I have spoken. And he says, Elon, you made a lot of money. He says, but why don't you come here and do stuff with me? Why don't you come here and do stuff with us? Do you know what Elon just tweeted about Starlink? Huh. Did you see that, Rob? Let me tell you what he said about Starlink. He's like, hey, Musk, Starlink, South Africa. He says, I'd love to bring it in South Africa, but you don't allow me to do it because you only want it to be for, I want to read exactly what he says. It's such a shocker on what he says about Starlink. Rob, did you find it or no?
I'm looking.
You have to see this. I hope I can find this because Elon tweets a lot, but let me see if I can go through it. He says, I would love to, but they don't allow, they don't allow Starlink there because it's a racist country. So whites can't get access to Starlink. Some words like that. Again, I want to get specific on what he says. Rob, if you can look for it, there's something about those two taking place. And then while that is happening, what does the media do? Here's what is that. Starlink is not allowed to operate in South Africa because I'm not black. Elon, stop the victim complex. Starlink isn't banned in South Africa because of your skin color. It's because you refuse to comply with local laws like every other telecom provider. Play by the rules, okay? So they're saying, what is the rules? What are the rules with Starlink being there, okay? He offered it to Zelensky, Ukraine. He's offered it to a lot of other people. if other people are allowing it, what other rules and guidelines would be there for South Africa that you're claiming he's not allowing it to be out there? And then how does the market react with the way President Trump handled it? Rob, can you pull up the video of what the market's been saying? Everybody, the mainstream media, there's a video of all of them saying the same exact thing. I'll just, there's one clip of it. I'm sure Rob has it. Watch this here, folks. This goes back to what we saw many, many times where the mainstream media says the same exact thing. Watch this. Somebody sent an email saying, guys, this is the word to use today. Go ahead, Rob.
Office today. The tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South
Africa.
What, Rob, with that music?
Yeah,
Rob,
sorry,
with that music?
there's a video in the background.
Oh, it's that other one. Yeah, it's all good. It's that one.
Watch this. Watch this, folks.
Yeah,
it is a great
roll
song.
the tape, Rob.
Office today. The tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
Up next, another Oval Office meltdown. President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
President Trump is being accused of conducting something of a diplomatic ambush of South Africa's president in the Oval Office.
To be with you, I'm Katie Tur. President Trump orchestrated another Oval Office ambush today.
Today, Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader.
Zelensky territory, where essentially he was a bit ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Felt like an ambush in there, kind of like the President Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office.
Who sent the email?
This was an ambush.
That's all I want to
It
know.
was orchestrated.
Trump-Ramaphosa brought his best diplomatic self to this meeting, but nothing could have prepared him for this multimedia ambush.
What started as, to some degree, an ambush.
Well, Katie, I mean, it was an ambush.
That's a great question. ABC, MSNBC, CNN, it's like they send out a bat signal that says, just don't think for yourself, do the same BS talking points. These people are never going to learn. They never learn. They can't get out of their ways. And I'm so happy because none of them can get back in the power pad. So that's one thing. But you guys said, so how much percent of these people of South Africa support the crazy guy? 10%.
10%.
There's how many people in South Africa? Population 60 million. So 6 million of those people are kill, bore, kill, all that stuff. And Umberto sent this to me. In the early Nazi party, support was initially low. Guess what? How much was the percentage of support in 1929 for the Reichstag elections? The party received how much percent of the vote? Do you know?
3%.
3%. And it dropped in 1928 to 2.6. They're at 10%. If the president is like, nah, it's not a big deal, and they're trying to deny it, it's not a good look.
The best part right now with what's going on, Cyril, the president, doesn't like Malema, Julius, the other guy. And there's one other guy as well that was a former guy that is more evil than any of these other guys. His name is Zuma, right? I don't know if you know anything about Zuma.
I've heard the name
So
before.
Zuma, this is Zuma, Jacob Zuma, he's the guy after Mandela that pretty much destroyed South Africa. Do you know one time this guy had sex with a person that had HIV positive. And you know what he said in the interview when he had sex with this person, unprotected sex?
What?
He says, I did have unprotected sex with somebody that was HIV positive, but I took a shower afterwards, so I'm fine.
No, he didn't.
Rob, can you please fact check what I just said?
Wow, Nobel
can you
Prize
please
in medicine right there.
Fact check me right there, okay?
Oh.
So, here, there you go. So, Zuma's admission was controversial as he stated that he has not used a condom while having sex with Kawazi, despite knowing she had HIV positive and having been, as deputy president, the head of the National AIDS Council and Moral Regeneration Campaign. He told the court that he had taken a shower after the fact, claiming that doing so reduced the risk of HIV. So, do you know who this is? Go all the way to the top so they know who this is. This is the former president. He is the former president
Before Cyril.
from 09 to 18.
Wow.
So this is Zuma. Then you have Julius, who kill the boar, kill the farmers. Then you have Cyril. Between the three, Cyril is the most normal one, but all three hate each other. The best thing that's going on is the fact that they all hate each
Thank
other.
God they don't love each other.
But Cyril needs to have the audacity to do something about Malema and Zuma, because the way they're going, if one of these two guys ends up being there, you know what's happened in the last 20-some years? 1 million of the
South
whites
Africans
have left.
Yeah.
They have left. It's called brain drain.
Yep.
You know what brain drain is? It's what happened to Iran. Is what happened to Russia. Is what happened to a lot of countries. Is what's happening to Venezuela right now. Those who are the smartest, the job creators, they leave. The immigration of highly trained, intelligent people from a particular country.
Yeah.
These are the people you don't want to leave. It's like you're running a sales organization and your top 20% of sales guys leave. Not the bottom 50%, the top 20 leave, okay? When your top 20% of people leave in a company or country, you have problems. That's what's going on in South Africa.
It's like California,
yeah.
brain drain.
We have the Vault conference that's coming up. We do this once a year. This year, we're expecting 12,000 people there. Last year, we had 1,500 husbands and wives that were there. And one of the things the guys, the David consultant, they say a lot of people ask about, you know, how to balance this with family and the kids and all this other stuff. How do you do this? I said, listen, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just do a free webinar on family, how to be a killer in business without killing your marriage. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm going to talk about all the mistakes I've made, okay? And we're going to talk about how we balance all this stuff together. So that picture they put together, for some of you guys that think that's really me with all those hands, it's not. Like it's just a great job. Shout out to our guys at Graphic Design. Mm-hmm. Rob, if you want to play the clip, go ahead and play the clip.
You know what's scary for some people is they want to be a killer in business. They want to do a great job as an executive, as a CEO, entrepreneur, business owner, but they don't want to kill their marriage. So how do you balance that out? You want to go make all the money, travel, win for your family, but you want to stay married. You want to have a good relation with your kids. You want your kids to still want to see. How do you do this? There's 4 things, by the way. You ready? Write these down. Number 1, you're allowing your family and friends make you feel guilty for your vision, which is going to create resentment towards them. You don't want that. Number 2 is you lack clarity around the vision. You don't really know what you're doing it for. So work-life balance is a question that comes up for people that are not clear of what they want to do. They haven't had the conversation with their family. Number 3 is the concept of being intentional with the time you're spending with your family. And number 4 is maybe you're just looking for an excuse to not work that hard because your family's not bothering you. You're just looking for it. This concept of work-life balance comes up every single day with people who ask me this question. On June 11th, I'm hosting a free webinar for 1 hour to talk about work-life balance with the people that don't have the answer to the questions there, just like I didn't have it at that time. I'm married now with 4 kids, running all these businesses. Some days you feel like you don't know what the hell you're doing. All I'm gonna do is share with you mistakes I've made and things that are working for me. So if it's important to you, get registered, tell your wife, your husband, get everybody on together to listen up. We're gonna go through it for 1 hour again on June 11th. Register because it's limited seating on this webinar. I'll see you there.
Come join us, guys. June 11th, 12:30. Put it in your calendar. By the way, I may have my wife and one of my kids maybe join me as well. Rob, what is the website for them to go register for this free webinar?
VTwebinar.com.
VTwebinar.com. We have limited to 3,000 seats, so just make sure you go get registered. Again, VTwebinar.com.
Can I say one thing about this?
Of course.
Because you've done how many webinars? I mean, the last.
I've done a lot of webinars, but we've never done a webinar on this. This has been coming up a lot the last 6 to 12 months.
In my opinion, based on the conversations I have with everyone out there, this actually might be the most important webinar you've ever done.
I'm in the process of figuring it out. I'm in the process of learning this stuff, but I can't wait to have this one with you guys.
Well, you know the secret.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.